Hey horror fans, thanks for joining me for this review of The Wretched. So, as usual, cast and crew information down below, and I'll start reading the IMDb plot to kick things off. A defiant teenage boy, struggling with his parents' imminent divorce, faces off with a 1,000-year-old witch who is living beneath the skin of and posing as the woman next door. Alright, sounds pretty cool here. This one I was lucky enough to catch because of our podcast, Where the Scary Things Are. We all reviewed this movie, and some of my podcast partners talked to the writers and directors of the film. So I will include that link down below once that episode is posted and this review is posted as well, obviously. But I thought I would give my own singular review. I talked about it briefly on the show, but I'm going to talk about it because it was worth talking about. This one's from IFC Films. I didn't know too much about it, and again, probably only caught most of it because of doing the podcast, and I definitely enjoyed it. There are some twists and turns towards the end, so since this is a newer movie, I'm definitely going to try to avoid spoiling any of that. I may limit some of the stuff that I can say about the movie. But yeah, if you're looking for a movie with some twists and turns, this has a few towards the end. But basically here, right off the bat, it gets off to a good start because it has a scene where a young girl's coming for a babysitting job, and she goes into the house, and she's talking on the phone, kind of distracted by that, and proceeds to look around, and I think she ends up like in an attic or a basement, and then to her surprise, gets locked in there, and turns around, and there's bad stuff happening in the basement, and that kind of sets the stage for what goes on here in this movie. Basically, like it said in the beginning, a witch has come out of hiding, I guess, or it has made itself a home in this town, and basically is hiding within people. And at first, the movie starts off fine, and you get introduced to this young boy, and he's in a tough situation, trying to live with the father now. His parents have separated, and he's kind of adjusting to that. He works in like a dock. I guess they have a local marina there, and he works there. So he kind of, I'm not gonna say it's teased, and not necessarily bullied, but I guess he's looked down upon by some couple of the local other kids, even though he has interest in one of the girls. So that kind of sets up his story. But he's a kid that he's been in trouble before, but he's back and forth. He's kind of been in trouble, but he's still got a good heart, I think, at the end of the day. And he kind of takes interest in the boy next door. This is a little young boy next door, so he kind of tries to befriend him. And they kind of have like a camp thing going on at this marina as well. So he tries to befriend him there as well. But he basically tells the boy, if anything's happening at home, you can always talk to me. Maybe he kind of sees it as a reflection of what he went through with his parents. So he offers the boy a chance to help. And he's got two parents there who seem to be getting along. But a little bit different in their dynamic there. The woman accidentally hits a deer early in this movie and decides to proceed to gut the deer, which is kind of a disgusting scene, and even for the little boy. And that kind of brings about this witch, and the witch basically takes a hold of this woman, and as opposed to just going right out and doing devious things, um, he kind of settles into the body and kind of takes control of the household from that point on. You'll see that this witch kind of talks to the husband and gets him to do whatever she wants, which is pretty cool here because now you have her controlling what is happening here, and very interestingly enough, the witch, what she does here is make the husbands or make people forget about the children because the witch is after the children. All right, so here we go. We have a witch that's after the children, which is again pretty cool here. And what's cool about this is that when she kind of first takes over the body, they kind of show it kind of slowly happen, and you get one of those movements where the actress is kind of moving real slow and creepy and it's pretty cool when they set that up. And I guess this is a good time to mention that they use a lot of practical effects here. This is not a CGI special. So things they do with the witch are pretty creepy. I don't know that there were a bunch of frights in the movie, like just jump scare kind of scenes. There might have been a couple, but it's more of a very creepy atmosphere to it. And there's this time later on you'll see sometimes where the witch goes in and out of people or so forth, and that gets pretty creepy-ish, I guess, and a little disgusting and so forth. So that's all pretty cool there. And it's not really big on blood or guts either. But that's okay. Here it's about the story and what's happening and the mystery here. The boy basically kind of gets tipped off that something's going on, and he's the only one who knows it. So the little boy next door kind of disappears, and this kind of sets him off, and he basically has to go on a crusade to try to figure out what's going on, and he thinks there's obviously something going on with the woman. So again, here you have a mystery that the boy is trying to solve, so you kind of got to go along with the ride there. Like I said, I don't think there's anything giving away that the woman next door is a witch, but there are other things that then unfold later in this movie, which I want to keep a secret. I want you guys that watch it to see that fresh, and not get tipped off by anything. But I think overall they did a really nice job here. They put together a good story. I think they hold some of the twists and turns that happen towards the end of the movie. They keep them pretty decently hidden. I think there was one that I'm a little disappointed that I didn't kind of see coming, but I kind of just let it be. I don't know. I don't know why I missed it. I just didn't assume they would go that route. But they did, and was fine. I liked the twist. And obviously there's going to be an eventual showdown here with the boy and the witch, because that's just the way it's going to happen. I don't think I'm spoiling anything there. But a pretty nice action-filled ending there. And so forth. I would definitely say stay to the end of the movie. It's kind of one of those movies, and but yeah, I guess the best way to sum it up is if you're looking for something with some good practical effects, kind of a dark tone to it in some lights. You see a boy who's also struggling here, but he's got a good heart at the end of the day. So you do have to put up with a little bit of family drama, but I don't think they go too overboard with it, or it doesn't really get in the way of the story. I think it just adds to his character, and I think the acting is pretty solid all around. Maybe I wasn't totally sure, to start, but then it was fine by the end. Um, so yeah, and I definitely like that opening scene. It definitely kicked off to a good start. So I definitely recommend that you guys check this one out. Again, you find some more information. I put up the podcast link. You can hear us discuss the movie more. I don't want to say too many things about it because, again, I want you guys to enjoy the twists and turns that are at the end of this movie. But definitely worth a watch. And definitely, if you like it, definitely tune into the interview that some of my partners did with the writers and directors of this to get some more information on the film. So with that, I'm going to give this one a strong three pools of blood. It was just a solid movie all around, and not too many things to complain about here. Um, just solid from beginning to end, and I think they kept you intertwined with the horror enough, and did just enough family drama that didn't get too boring or too dragged into the family stuff. And definitely good practical effects and definitely some good creepiness here for you guys to enjoy. So Three Pools of Blood, check it out. I believe it's out now for on demand. And as usual, Horror Square reviews. For more reviews, including written ones, subscribe to the channel for more video reviews, obviously. And feel free to comment below when you watch the movie or if you have questions about it or so forth. Also, social media is down below, so feel free to talk about this movie with me or any other movie you want me to see, want me to talk about as well. Maybe I reviewed it and you can't find it, let me know, and I can help you out with that as well. So yeah, definitely check out The Wretched, and I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.